I don't need to know the outcome to follow through with something.
You can just
If
get
I
started. That's
feel,
powerful.
yeah, so if my intuition or my energy is like, go here, I've experienced enough in my life to know that that's a stepping stone to something I can't see yet. That's
Can
fine.
can I just ask you this, because this is something that so many people struggle with? How,
Mm.
because I made a video on this the other day saying, like, how do you truly know something? And the way you know something is like, well, how do you know you're going to breathe? How do you know you love someone? Like, there's something inside you that just tells you. What is that?
Mm.
How would you explain to someone? Because so many people, especially now, they don't have faith that the world's going to open back up. They don't have that they're fear mongered by so many things. They're told that you're going to die. Like, there's so many things out there that are just forcing like people to literally hide in their shell. How
Mm.
does Leanne know that right, I'm just going to go with it, and what's meant to happen will happen? Because I've got that
Mm.
philosophy. Like, I wouldn't change anything I've been through. Like, I thought about this the other day. Everything I've been through, I wouldn't change a thing. Like, if I had the choice to go back and rewind time and actually change it, I wouldn't. Even the things that made me anxious, and even
Yeah.
my insecurities, that I wouldn't change them, because I think everything was on purpose. How
Mm.
would you explain that to someone, to know that they can follow through with their intuition if they're struggling with it? Because maybe there was a point that you did struggle with it.
Yeah. It's, I don't know if this is going to fully answer it, but this is the thing that came to me as you were speaking. I've often described it like this to my parents, where I say to them, do you know, I say to them, you know, when you're on holiday and you're at the bar together and you've had a really nice day and the sun's out and you're just free and you feel good and you're like,
Yeah,
life is good.
there's no
And then
worries.
you share ideas and you're like,
Yes.
maybe we could do this, or maybe we could sell the house, or maybe we could do this. And you get excited about that and you're like, maybe we could do that. I'm
Yeah.
like, remember what that feels like, because
Yes.
it feels like different in your body. It feels
It
energized. It
does.
feels exciting. It feels like love. You know what I mean? I'm
That's
like,
interesting.
if it doesn't feel like that, then when you're making a decision, if it doesn't feel like high energy, if it doesn't, then one thing. There's a couple of different things, but this was the first thing that came to me. Then one thing that I would always do is prioritize getting myself in a state where I feel my best. So that could
Yes.
be somebody like go for a run. So if I'm
Mm,
like sitting on a decision and I'm like confused or overwhelmed, or I don't know what feels good or what doesn't, what's my intuition, what's fear, I'm
mm,
like, do something I love right now and then see how
right.
I feel after. Like go for a run, go out in nature, go and meditate, whatever. Like, because you know that that instantly puts you in a
Higher vibe.
higher vibe. Yeah. Or you can just, do breath work and calm your
Yeah,
nervous
yeah,
system down and
definitely.
deregulate nervous system. Like, but my thing was, um, before I knew all this stuff, because like you were saying before, like our bodies have an intelligence that
Mm,
we don't really have to know. Like we don't need to know how our heart beats. We'll always find a way. So my way before the knowledge, or before finding these ways,
mm,
um, was like I'd go for a run, I'd use my imagination, and like
yeah.
on those runs I'd imagine all the things, like, and it would just make me feel good. So I'm like, well,
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
something in that, because if it makes me feel good, then
Something there.
there's something there. Yeah, there's something there. So I would get a lot of my intuition after a run,
Right. Interesting. So you
or a
figured
lot of my,
something that worked for you, and then you use that. You use that
yeah,
repetitively.
until I used it until that didn't work anymore. So it was
Right.
kind of like that tool served its purpose,